Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's 7th District Tournament Championship round. Tonight is the semifinal action as the Caldwell County Lady Tigers take on the Dawson Springs Lady Panthers. We have kickoff coming up at 5:30 for this game. We'll have Macy Janina giving out the all-district academic team here in just a minute. Jordan Dunn will also along with us tonight. Caldwell County comes in as the number 1 seed in the tournament. Regular season district champions. Caldwell 11-9-1 on the season, guaranteed for their first winning season in 5 years. Dawson comes in tonight 1-8-1 on the season. They are the number 4 seed tonight in this contest. Boys game will follow between Madisonville and I think it's also Dawson in that one. Then Caldwell County and Hopkins Central will play in the boys action tomorrow night at 7:30 right here at Butler. We'll have that action here also on 103.3 The Tiger. And we'll see here if they want to do the academic team. Racy, are you ready to do that right now, or do we wait till after the coin toss, I guess, because some of those players may be on it. You can.
Should I say whenever I do the starting lineup, should I introduce, like, whenever I say it, say that just start it, and then whenever I get to the starter, say in the starting lineup?
Right.
And then do it?
Right. Because they're going to introduce reserves tonight also. We'll have Macy doing all the public address announcing tonight for the ball game. And from what I understand, Macy, you're also doing the boys afterwards and coming back tomorrow night for an encore performance. So congratulations to you on that. You've done a great job this year, so I know you'll do great on this.
Thank you.
Caldwell County, the heavy favorite tonight coming into this one. Coach Jacobs wants to take care of business tonight, though, Macy, and get this one out of the way, get the win under his belt, advance on to Thursday night's championship game, and also a win tonight puts you in next week's regional tournament at Henderson County.
And I think, hopefully, that the girls are going to realize that this is kind of like a stepping stone, that this should be a game that helps them get more experience and helps them become a better team than they will on Thursday.
And they have played some really good soccer the last couple of weeks. The scoring is coming around. The defense has come a long way since the start of the season. And we talked about it a lot this season. Those first 3 games of the year really set the tone for this team to come in and either decide to bond to camp after 3 or 4 games. And obviously, they've bonded and improved.
And I'm sure it was really hard to not want to just call it quits and be done after such a hard lineup. But they did really good, and they listened to Jacob and what he had to say. And here they are, at first seed in the district, and they're ready to go and take on whoever they have to play on Thursday.
Well, at this moment, we're going to turn it over to the public address announcer, Macy Janina, and she will have the academic all-district team as well as the non-starters and starters before the national anthem.
Really close to my face. Is this going to be close enough?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
You sure? Just start right now? Are you sure?
You are on.
Good evening and welcome to the 7th District Soccer Tournament between the Caldwell County Lady Tigers and the Dawson Springs Panthers. At this time, we'd like to introduce the academic all-district teams for Caldwell and Dawson. For Dawson, Brooklyn Cotton, Christian Ford, Kiana Hooper, Victoria Hooper, Caitlin Huddleston, Reagan Riggs, Kaylee Simpson, and Aaron Woolsey. For Caldwell County, Zaria Blunt, Aisha Boyd, Matea Butts, McKenna Crowley, Kaylee Freeman, Maggie Ginn, Lucy Goffinette, McKinney Groves, Caitlin Manley, Bella McConnell, Mackenzie McGregor, Becca Seibert, Mackenzie Smiley, Maria Swatzel, and Drew Hadley Thomas. Now I'm going to introduce the non-starters for the Dawson Springs. Ryan Burns, Aubrey Gunn, Victoria Hooper, Bailey Peak, and Reagan Riggs. And now for your starting lineup. Number 11, Kelly Burden. Number 6, Corey Caldwell. Number 7, Brooklyn Cotton. Number 17, Christian Ford. Number 25, Heather Jensel. Number 14, Jalen Hooper. Number 99, Kiana Hooper. Number 16, Caitlin Huddleston. Number 21, Ashton Mitchell. Number 22, Kaylee Simpson. And number 23, Aaron Woolsey. And now for your non-starters for the Caldwell County. Lucy Goffinette, Alyssa Traylor, Maggie Ginn, Kara Morris, McKinney Groves, Mackenzie McGregor, Maria Swatzel, Caitlin Young, Caitlin Manley, Becca Seibert, and Asia Boyd. And now for your starters. 00, Drew Hadley Thomas. Number 1, Taylor Freeman. Number 2, Mackenzie Smiley. Number 7, McKenna Crowley. Number 10, Sarah Grace Carnahan. Number 11, Zaria Blunt. Number 12, Matea Butts. Number 24, McKenna Jackson. Number 16, Meriden Janina. Number 19, Lainey Fletcher. And number 20, Bella McConnell. And now, will you please rise and remove your hats for the national anthem?
And Jordan, I'm assuming we're still on the air. Okay, we are back here at Butler Stadium, getting ready to kick this one off. The Lady Tigers and the Lady Panthers here in the first semifinal game of the 7th District Tournament. Macy, great job tonight.
Thank you.
Both teams are huddled in the middle of the field. Great night for soccer tonight. Nice cool temperatures. Field in great condition. As we said, Caldwell County comes in the number 1 seed tonight in this year's district tournament. They had a big win over Madisonville at Madisonville, Macy. You know that's a tough place to play and come away with a win. I think the Lady Tigers came away, I think it was just off the top of my head, 2-0 win, maybe at Madisonville. It was 2-0 win back on September 6th. Kind of sealed the deal for the Lady Tigers. Now tonight, every team in the state is 0-0 on this second Monday night in October, so the records are gone. You have to prove it tonight starting in this tournament semifinal, and that's what Coach Jacobs, I think, wants out of these Lady Tigers. Caldwell County will have first possession. And it is underway. Smiley takes it from Blunt, drops it back to Freeman. Freeman comes up near midfield. Dawson Springs keeps everybody back on the defensive side. Working it around to Laney Fletcher. Laney takes it all the way to the far side. McKenna Crowley. McKenna drops it back to the defensive line. They'll start it all over. Up to Meriden Janina. Spacing just a little bit tight. I think Coach Jacobs almost on cue. You could have heard him in the background say he wants you a little wider. Fletcher comes over close to the line, drops it back to Janina. Janina back to Butts. Very patient offense early on here for Caldwell County. First touch by Zaria Blunt, taken away from her at midfield. Little lob over Meriden Janina's head. Now Dawson with their first offensive possession of the night, but stolen away Kenna Jackson. Gets it over to McKenna Crowley, far sideline. That'll go out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Lady Tigers. Throw in comes center of the field, Laney Fletcher. Almost a good drop down to Zaria Blunt. Still alive though as Fletcher battles to get it back, going towards the near side corner. And looks like Dawson will take it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Caldwell County deep in their own offensive end. Looking for Blunt. Blunt has it in front of the net, puts a shot up and in. So quickly, Caldwell County on the board. Zaria Blunt on a nice throw in from Laney Fletcher. And Caldwell has the 1-0 lead.
Hey, nice job, girls. That's the start you want.
And Macy, a pretty good start right off the bat for Caldwell County. They work the ball around, were very patient. A minute and a half later, they get a goal.
And I feel like that's probably something that he's worked on them in practice. And they're just with the team that they can do that at that pace and kind of get used to doing it.
Dawson puts the ball in play. Stolen away by McKenna Jackson. She gets it over to Fletcher. Fletcher has it near side. Puts it over to Smiley. Still a couple of people. Nice drag by to take it down the near sideline. A little bit too much. It goes out of bounds. And it'll be a Dawson Springs throw in. Or are they calling it? Out of bounds off of White. It will be a Lady Panther throw in. Lacey, what's the mindset of Caldwell County coming in knowing that they're favored against the team on the season? It holds on the entire
Districts are dogs winning. And definitely don't want to get that mindset that, well, on paper we're the better team, so we're definitely going to win. And even if they do win tonight, which they should, even on Thursday, it'll still be a really tough game because regardless of if it's going to be Madisonville North, they're going to want it, not more. So they kind of have to let that go and just act like this is a normal game and like it doesn't matter what happens after this game. They just need to play their best.
very patient offense tonight by the Lady Tigers. The passing is, well, it's made a little bit easier. Dawson really not an aggressive team, not in the likes of the Callaway County we saw about a week or so ago that challenged every ball that was kicked. Dawson's much more patient, both. So Caldwell County able to spread the ball around a little. Janina, one Fletcher, nice lead down into the corner. Fletcher has it kicked out of bounds in front of her. It'll stay Caldwell County ball, and Laney will have the throw on the near sideline. And I think it's changed. It looked like it threw it to a purple. The other side of the dugout, hard to tell about these. I think it was. They take a circle. Kind of stepping up was Bella McConnell. There's McKenna, who got a little about job keeping it rated G the whole time. Goes out of bounds on Jackson. It'll be a throw in for Dawson in front of their own bench. Just about 5 minutes into this contest, Caldwell County with the early 1-0 lead. A goal in the second minute by Zaria Blunt put Caldwell on the board. Nice drop off to Charles. McKenzie dropped that ball to her right on the run. And goes down to the corner, kicked out of bounds by the Lady Panthers. But instead it maybe goes off of Laney Fletcher. It'll be a Dawson throw in again. Law of averages says I have to get one of those right down on that corner sometime tonight, Macy. Caldwell County with the ball, middle of the field. Bounces back to their midfielder. She brings it up with one forward. Stop there on a nice play by Bella McConnell. Bella comes up, challenges again at midfield. Gets it to Freeman. Freeman has some time, takes it far sideline to McKenna Crowley. Crowley keeps possession. Down to Freeman. Ball far side of the field. Freeman still has it, gets it across to, makes the kick. Rushed it just a little bit, goes wide left, and it'll be a goal kick for Dawson Springs.
Girls, gotta step up and challenge with passes quicker. You sit back and watch it.
And it'll be the first goal kick of the night for Dawson. Macy, when you played forward, how much do you judge these early goal kicks, thinking you can maybe jump in front of them? Is that a priority?
Sometimes. I mean, then the same thing is you hope that it's not going to be right at your face and hit you. But normally I let it, and then I would go the second one, depending on how the first one went.
Nice pass outside foot by Zaria Blunt over to Laney Fletcher. Goes out of bounds across the end line, and it'll be the Lady Tigers' first corner kick. They scored off 3 of these in their last game, Macy. A big win in their last outing over Ballard Memorial. 3 set play goals in that second half. Mackenzie Smiley goes over to put this one into play. They bring it back out to Janina. Janina has open field, winds up with the shot, going through, blocked, but back over to Smiley. Smiley met on the kick by Dawson. Ball goes straight up in the air. Zaria Blunt settles it, trying to fight through a couple of people. Back out to Jackson. Has pushed half of their defensive line back up to the offensive end. And it'll be out of bounds, a throw in for Caldwell County. Throw in quickly by the team in white. Caldwell County in the home white tonight. They try to switch fields, take it over to McKenna Crowley on the side. She slips on the turn, still gets it over to Freeman. Freeman drops back to Crowley. Crowley back to Freeman. Over to Smiley. Smiley can shoot from there. She's closed in the Macy defense in the center of the field. It's a night when you think you're probably going to have to go from the side in, much like the score we had came in from the probably have to attack most Dawson teams.
Yeah, I mean, even their midfield is pretty bunched up whenever they move down the field.
Laney Fletcher again takes it into the corner, double teamed. Wants to work it back out. Nice cross, but headed away at the last second by a Dawson Springs player. Back to Fletcher. Fletcher gets it to Smiley. Maybe a little too much on that one. Fletcher turns and shoots and blocked by the keeper. She'll come out for her first punt of the night. And not a bad field. Drives Matea Butts back on the high bounce. Matea patiently settled that one. Brings it back up to midfield to Freeman. Freeman with the drop off. Carnahan's first touch tonight. Sarah Grace takes it across midfield. Big lob, just a little too close to the end line for a goal kick. We are about contest. Caldwell lead. As we said, the winner of tonight game on Thursday night, also here at Butler Stadium, 5:30 championship game. Throw in far side by Carnahan. She finds Freeman. Freeman gets it to Crowley. Back to Carnahan. A little triangle work over on the sideline. Freeman takes it and switches. Fletcher this one for the drop in a Jackson. Jackson, nice job getting to Fletcher. And Dawson will kick it out of bounds just past the Caldwell bench. It'll be a Lady Tiger throw, and Jackson will go down to take this throw. Ball goes center of the field to their midfielder. Nice play for a second by Sarah from the backside. Merritt and Janina there to clean it up. And it's Freeman over to Smiley. She's been blocked right at the point of impact. Gets it over to Crowley. Crowley to Laney Fletcher. That'll go off Dawson. It'll be a Caldwell throw-in. And we're 10 minutes in. We'll take our first break of the night. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lady Tiger soccer action here on WPKY.
But career, life insurance, luck. I told you what community, right? Community improved your job, by the way. Don't ask.
You can love what you do, too. Call me, Craig Smiley, your local Woodland Life recruiting sales manager at 270-365-6111 to learn more.
The World Life Insurance Society of Nebraska. Woodland Life, standing strong for generations.
Taco John's is proud of our ladies. You are too. Show your Tiger pride. Come into Taco John's on home game days wearing your blue and gold and receive 10% off your meal. Remember Taco John's at our new location at US Highway 62 West in Princeton. Again, don't forget, wear your blue and gold in to Taco John's on game days to get 10% off your meal. And let's go Tigers!
We're back at Butler Stadium. It's a 7th District Girls Tournament here on WPKY. First semifinal game, Caldwell County at Dawson Springs. Just about 28 minutes, County has the 1-0 lead on a goal very early by Zaria Blunt. First two substitutions of the night, Alyssa Traylor and Lucy Goffinet into the lineup for Caldwell County. Macy, as Dawson puts the goal kick on here, speak a little bit about how deep the Caldwell bench is that it's played over the course of the season.
I honestly don't think in a few years that I've seen a bench that be that big without people that are hurt sitting on it. And I'm not going to say anything about injuries being in districts. But definitely whenever I played, we had, I don't know, 3 or 4 people maybe at the most. Mm-hmm. And having a big bench really helps, and especially a big bench that is just as experienced as your starters. You're not switching experience for fresh legs or anything like that. You have the same people that can go in and play the same type of game as the person they just took out, which is a really big.
Yeah, you don't really drop off at hardly any position when you substitute on this team. And it's really helped them be able to spread that ball quite a bit this year. In fact, the bench even scored the final goal the other night against Ballard Memorial as Becca Seibert finished off that 10-0 win. Becca getting her first goal of the year. Big lob on the net by Mackenzie Smiley. It's in, and Caldwell County moves the lead out to 2-0. Nice touch there by Mackenzie Smiley. Mason, we've talked about the powerful left leg she had. That was a left-footed shot, but she put a little touch on it, seeking that far bar in the corner, and went right over the keeper's hands, right into the net.
Right, and, I mean, she could stand there all day, and as soon as she give her that ball, it's probably going to be the same outcome every single time.
She's really improved with that left foot over the course of one season and one off season. But she also has a kick you don't want to be in front of and catch by mistake either, because it'll leave a mark.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Dawson puts the ball in play. Caldwell County now up 2-0. Matea Butts with a nice play defensively over to Freeman. Freeman looks up the field. Had Alyssa Traylor open for just a second, stepped in front of by Dawson. Coming up, though, is McKinson. And only 13 or 14 minutes into the game, but McKenna Jackson has picked up several possessions for the Lady Tigers tonight. Zaria Blunt in a battle. Dawson wins that one in midfield. Now coming up is Goffinet with a nice hook. She's closed in to Freeman. Zaria Blunt. Zaria takes it in 5 and lets it get out just in front of her. Picked up by the keeper. Kick comes out to Freeman. Freeman looking for Traylor down the far. Good cross, almost a good goal between the fingertips of the keeper. She was able to read it there by Matea Butts. Butts up to Janina. Janina gets it up to Smiley. Smiley down into the corner to Traylor. Now it's back to Smiley. Smiley threw a couple of people, gets it to Blunt. Blunt wide open in the center of the net and stopped by the keeper on a great play. Zaria tried to put the hook on that, take it far bar, and just a good guess by the keeper for Dawson keeps that one out of the goal. And Dawson with their first possession deep into Caldwell's defensive end tonight. That one's going to be kicked out by Matea Butts as she'll reset that defense.
You cannot stand there and watch it.
Macy, it was some good play, good passing to get the ball down to Zaria for that one-on-one shot a while ago, but nobody there to crash. And there's pluses and minuses. That would be about the only minus I've seen tonight. Nobody there behind Zaria to poke that one on in. Dawson puts it in play. Kick off the throw in is no good. Kicked out by, who was that, Mason? Did you see number?
That was Bella.
Back to Zaria. Zaria's going to get another shot. Comes up again off the keeper and dribbled it. Macy, that one a little bit earlier. She felt the pressure from the back, wanted to dribble it on in for a good shot, but is almost right into the keeper's legs. But you like that Caldwell County is able to get that many shots on goal and get that much of a penetration into the offensive end.
And I think that's also a big factor in why they're not charging the ball as much whenever the shot's in, because they're kind of just hoping it's going to go in, so they're not really ready to.
We'll have to clean that up before Thursday night. And like you said in the pregame, whether they play Central or whether they play Madisonville, there's going to be quite a bit more aggression on the field on Thursday night than what you're tonight. Meriden Janina chases it down to midfield, drops it back to Matea Butts. Caldwell taking a little more liberty with that defensive line tonight, moving at times McKenna Jackson and Sarah Grace Carnahan up 5 or 10 yards into the offensive end. And it's good coming from an offensive player. You'd probably say the defense needs to run more. Is that?
It's easy to say from one side of the field that they're not running enough, and then they'll definitely tell you the opposite.
They work it back to Nina, gets it over to open field, decided to pull up, take it back over to the middle. Little give and go back to Lucy has it just outside the 6, curls it back around, looking for Freeman. Freeman has some open space, winds up hook and kick blocked by Dawson. Rebound kick by Smiley, also blocked. And it'll roll to the far sideline where Alyssa Traylor will be there giving chase. Dawson able to get it back to the middle of the field. There defensively for Caldwell. Step and pressure by Freeman causes Dawson to kick it out of bounds. And it'll be Lady Tiger throw in. McKenna Jackson will. And for some reason, a lot of water the last 2 nights right under the broadcast booth right here at midfield. Sprinkler wipe, but McKenna wanted a dry ball to throw in. Gets it down into the corner to Goffinet. Goffinet keeping the pressure on. Dawson has possession. Goes out of bounds. Let's see what the call is, and it's going to be corner kick for the Lady Tigers.
Nice.
And let's see who's going to set this one up. It looks like Jackson's going to come up to take care of this one. So Jackson also, well, it's a throw in. They said it went in on the left side of the flag. So the throw comes in to Goffinet, back to Jackson. Jackson wanted to take a run at that one. Whistle blows. I don't know what the call was, but it's apparently going against the Lady Tigers as Dawson will have the free kick down in the corner of the 18. They bring it out. Goffinet battles. First touch goes to Dawson. Dawson plays it back. Blocked, and Smiley will take another kick. Nice shot by McKenzie, but stopped by the goalie on the near bar. She didn't get much on the come down to Matea Butts. Midfield. Goffinet has it go out of bounds, and it'll be Dawson Springs throw in as they bring in a substitute. 20 minutes left in the first half. Caldwell County leads it 2-0. We'll take another 1-minute break and be right back. You're listening to Lady Tiger Soccer on WPKY.
Are you facing surgery? had a recent hospital that you're just not bouncing back from as you've anticipated? Hi, I'm Krista Futrell with Princeton Health and Rehab. Let us be your rehab partner of choice. With specialized therapy up to 3 hours a day, available 7 days a week, it is our goal to get you home safely and in the shortest amount of time possible. We're your friends. We're your neighbors. We're Princeton Health and Rehab. For questions about our rehab services, please call the facility at 270-365-3541 or stop by. We would love to give you a tour.
Here's a special message for Penny Riley Electric members. Penny Riley Electric is conducting member satisfaction surveys by telephone in October. Calls will be made from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The survey will take about 5 to 7 minutes. The surveys will help identify overall member satisfaction and be used as a measurement by Penny Riley to ensure superior service to members. We thank you in advance for your time and cooperation. Penny Riley Electric, your touchstone energy cooperative.
We are back at Butler Stadium. It's 7th District Girls semifinal action tonight here on the Tiger. Caldwell County leads Dawson Springs 2-0. Goals by Blunt and Smiley so far in this game. Dennis Stevens along with Macy Janina and Jordan Dunn here with you tonight. Alyssa Traylor gets tripped on the shot. Dawson keeps it in, though. Takes it all the way down into the corner. Zaria Blunt did a nice job not giving up on the play. Now she's going to come up to try to get the ball back, and does on the far sideline. Puts it over to Carnahan. Carnahan with the big boot, and the bounce comes right up into the hands of the keeper for Dawson. This time no punt out. She'll throw it, and Meriden Janina puts the pressure on. Good job by Meriden as it goes out on Dawson. And coming into the game is going to be Caitlin Young for the Lady Tigers. And coming out is going to be Alyssa Traylor. Throw in by McKenna Jackson. Looking for Smiley. Goes over her head. Back to Jackson on the rebound. Jackson with the whiff. Gets it up to Janina on the rebound. Now they work it down to Caldwell County really favoring this near side corner, Macy, looking for Goffinet and earlier for Laney Fletcher.
I think they've caught on that the middle is not going to be where they can take that ball and get a goal.
Oh, they're packed in like sardines in a can in that middle. It's going to be, you're going to have to go over the top to score from that middle right now unless you get a breakaway from midfield. Jackson almost with a high kick, goes out of bounds off of her, and it'll be Dawson Springs throw in. Big throw comes up all the way by Freeman. Goes over to McConnell. McConnell put it back by Dawson, but a nice play by Jackson to get yet another possession. We don't really chart those, but she has to have about a half a dozen, Macy, to regain possession for the Lady Tigers from that defensive spot. Feed into the middle. Zaria Blunt open, drops it back to Freeman. Freeman with the shot and over the top of the net. Maria Swatzel, McKinney Groves checking in for Caldwell County. Jackson will come out and get a well-deserved rest, as will Sarah Grace Carnahan. Defense looks like they're having an unusually large amount of fun tonight back here coming off the field.
You need a few games like that.
They're playing very loose. Freeman has it near side. She did keep it in, goes down into the corner, takes it across the middle. Dawson punches it back over to the side. Kept in again by Freeman. Freeman takes it to Goffinet. Goffinet with the drop back to Janina. Nice high step by Janina. She gained control. Now Dawson again with it. Closed in and sandwiched between Smiley and Janina. Ball bounces around to the far side of the field. It'll be out of bounds off of Dawson for a Caldwell throw on the far side. Maria Swatzel will take the duties on that one as Becca Seibert will check in here in the first half along with Laney Fletcher. .15 minutes left in the first half. Caldwell County with the 2-0 lead. And the first meeting between these two teams is all the way back August the 25th. Caldwell played Dawson right here at Butler Stadium, came away with a 5-0 win. And that ended that trio of games between Caldwell and McCracken, Henderson, and University Heights. Good feed down through to Goffinette. Goffinette has it blocked. Dawson's going to put it out on the side, and it'll be a throw in Caldwell County as Seibert and Fletcher will check in. I don't think Caldwell cared about what the score was that night, just to get back in the win column and get away from that group of teams that they had to play early in the year. McCracken, Henderson, and UHA, all of those teams will be right at the top of their respective regions come next week when regional play starts. McKinney Groves has it, tries to switch field, gets through a couple of Dawson players, still bounding around. There's Seibert, comes up with it on a nice move. Seibert with the shot, blocked in the corner. Comes back out to Young. Young winds up, wants to put it over. It goes off a Dawson player on the deflection. And from there, Mackenzie Smiley almost put one in, blocked, and finally covered by the keeper for Dawson Springs. And Mason, we saw in the stats tonight, was it that Dawson had given up this year, wasn't it? It was in the
59.
But I think we're starting to see how a team had that much of a struggle all season long, 1-8-1 on the season, but still played respectable on defense. Their keeper is a pretty quality. Caldwell County has it on defensive end. They play it back to Drew Thomas. Drew with some of her first action tonight on the kick out. Gets to Swatzel. Swatzel up to Young. Young in a battle on the far sideline, out of bounds and off of Dawson. It'll be Caldwell County throw in. Stay tuned at halftime. Mason will bring some analysis of the first half. We'll look ahead to the second half and also check out this week's broadcast schedule. A lot of games here at Butler Stadium and Tiger Stadium. Becca Seibert comes down, almost a breakaway, caught from behind. Now she comes out, keeps it in play, ball in front of the net, and kicked out by Dawson. Again, nobody there to crash for Caldwell County. Shot on goal is wide by Smiley. Wide to the right, it'll be a goal kick for Dawson. Macy, is it just a kind of laid-back offense tonight, or are we not charging like we normally would, or is it a play to maybe get some shots off of the rebounds since Dawson packs it in so much? Or
Kind of a little bit of both. I mean, these kind of games you're just kind of almost like you're experimenting where you can shoot from and how far and how hard and stuff like that. But at the same time, their goalie is really good, and she is deflecting a lot of the shots that are pretty good shots. So it's mainly just an experience builder to hopefully just get as many shots as you can.
Mackenzie Smiley with the rebound, gets it over to Fletcher this side. Fletcher with a nice one-on-one move. Has an open lane, puts a shot on goal, and picked up at the last second by the keeper. I thought that one was about to thread a needle and scoot in lobe, but a nice save by the keeper. She puts it out to midfield, back to Butts. And Butts will start the offense again to Janina. Almost time to turn the lights on here at Butler Stadium. This side's coming on. They'll have the other side coming on in a minute, I'm sure. It's either getting dark or I'm getting very old in a hurry. Thank you, Jordan. It's pretty good when you and McKenna Jackson both keep it rated G tonight here on the commentary. McKenna Crowley set to check in along with Taylor Freeman. Next dead ball for Caldwell County. Again, there will be a game after this one. We'll not be broadcasting as no Caldwell team will be playing in it, but Madisonville and Dawson will be playing in the boys contest right after this one in the first semifinal for the guys tonight. Then tomorrow night, the Caldwell County Tigers will take the field at 7:30 against Hopkins Central in a 2-3 seed matchup. And what's going to be a pretty good girls game tomorrow night in the first game, Macy, as Madisonville and Hopkins Central will be here for a 5:30 kickoff.
Most definitely. I'm hoping all the girls will come and watch and see how both teams play against each other and maybe learn some things.
Yeah, it'll have to be a good scouting opportunity provided Caldwell County makes it. A funny play down here as it rolled off the hands of Drew Thomas, but Johnny on the spot was Fletcher, Laney Fletcher, able to kick that one out of bounds. Ball still bouncing loose in front of the net off the throw-in.
Step up, quickly.
Caldwell having trouble clearing this one out as Dawson will go down. That'll be a foul on Fletcher, I'm sure, and that'll be a free kick from about 35 yards out for the Lady Panthers. Their first real opportunity tonight to start something from their offensive end. Ball put in play towards the center of the field. Deflected by Goffinet. Goffinet now has some room, has a battle on the far sideline going out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in for Caldwell County. Freeman, Crowley, Carnahan, all set to go in. And we have an injury on the field. I think that was the player guarding Lucy Goffinet. Am I right, Macy? It looks like she's holding her ankle on the far side.
Thinking she went down as soon as it happened. I think she took a few steps first.
I'll tell you what, the trainer is going out. We have about 8.5 minutes left before stoppage time here in the first half, so we'll take a 1-minute break and be back. You're listening to 7th District Tournament action here on WPKY.
Yes.
Hello, I am Starla Cummings, Outreach and Enrollment Coordinator at Community Medical Clinic. My role is to educate the community about the medical services that we provide and to assist any individual in locating and enrolling into an appropriate health insurance plan. Navigating the health insurance information exchange and finding your way through a maze of health insurance choices is not an easy task. So if you're needing to obtain health insurance and need a helping hand, please contact me at my office in Princeton at 310 Hawthorne Street. I assist patients at all 3 of our clinic locations, Hopkinsville, Oak Grove, and here in Princeton. Call today for an appointment to meet me for exploring your health insurance options. Our number in Princeton is 270-365-0227. Care that is close to home and close to your heart.
Stop by Sandra's Gatherings where she is welcoming fall. Using traditional harvest florals, Sandra's Gatherings has created a down-home decor mixed with country collectibles, helping to give your home that time-worn charm. Make sure to ask about the new 1803 Keepers of Light candles and scents that have arrived just in time to complete your autumn inspiration. That's Sandra's Gatherings. 116 East Main Street in downtown Princeton. Phone 270-365-4000.
Back to Butler Stadium as Dawson Springs' injured player is up and walking off the field. Slight limp, but looks like she's carrying herself well, Macy. So far tonight, Caldwell County with the 2-0 lead. How would you assess their play so far tonight?
I mean, it's been good, but I think it can be a lot better. I think that because they're playing Dawson, they're playing a little bit down. And maybe they are working on their passes. Maybe Jacobs told them, maybe let's not work on goals as much as passes, good passes, the way we want them to be. So either way, I think they could be playing a little better than they are.
And I know parents and announcers like a little bit more of a cushion before you start working on just the passing. We'd like to see it at around 4 or 5-0, because you and I have both seen times, and in one game in particular in a tournament when the boys were playing Dawson over at Dawson one year, it was a wet field, and Dawson got one to scoot through on the keeper for Caldwell County off of that infield dirt. They had a 1-0 lead, so you talk about packing it in. That's what they did the rest of the night. Caldwell County fortunate to come out with a 2-1 win in that district contest. Blunt and Ginn will come into the lineup. Coming out will be Seibert and Meriden Janina. We were able to stop the clock for most of the injuries, so they'll add maybe a minute or two to the end of the half. Right now, just under 8 minutes left here in the first half. Caldwell County leads 2-0. Ball played up to Fletcher. Fletcher to Smiley. Smiley gets it to Blunt. Blunt goes down. Has a couple players around her. It goes across the end line, and it'll be a corner kick far side for Caldwell County. Mackenzie Smiley will go down and set up this corner kick. Caldwell County will bring all but 2 players up to the offensive end. Sarah Grace Carnahan unmarked this way, but it looks like Smiley's going towards the goal. Good job by Fletcher. Come up with almost a short hop kick, and a great goal by Laney Fletcher. 3-0 Caldwell County. It was almost like the old drop kick in football where that one just barely hit the ground. Fletcher able to pick it off the ground, put it up into the far corner. That was one of the prettier kicks, Macy, we'll see all year.
She has had quite a few of those this year.
She's really coming on as a scorer. Had a hat trick about a week ago tonight against Crittenden County in a game. Zaria Blunt tied the scoring mark for a single game with 6. So Dawson puts it back into play. Goes off of Freeman. And out of bounds, that's going to go off of Dawson. It'll be a Caldwell County throw. Fletcher wanting to hurry the offense up just a little bit. Caldwell's looking to pick the pace up, get it down to Freeman. Freeman kicked right in the leg as she went by, kept the ball some way, puts a shot on goal and deflected off a Dawson player for another goal. We'll give that one to Freeman. And it's 4-0 Caldwell County on the kick by Freeman, deflection. And yeah, goal's a goal, but it wasn't one of the ones she'll say, "Do you remember that game where I put that shot in?" That's like the hole in one I had one time, but it was on the wrong hole. So it's not one of those you're really going to bring up in a lot of conversations. Dawson puts it into play, quickly stolen away by Caldwell County. Caldwell has controlled Macy probably at least 90% of the offensive time in this game, maybe a little bit more than that.
Yeah, I would definitely put it at that, if not more.
Smiley with a nice drop into the middle, looking for Fletcher. Fletcher has to come back on it, blocked on the shot attempt. Back to Fletcher. Fletcher with a bump in the back, no call. Dawson will work it out. Fletcher comes back, hustles, gets it over to Smiley. Smiley put a kind of a mini shot on that one, gets it to Crowley, and Blunt able to pick up the rebound and go unassisted. 3 goals in about 3 minutes for Caldwell County. And they equal the mark that they won the previous game when these two teams met back in August. It's now 5-0 Caldwell County. Still a little over 4 minutes left in this first half. Winner advances to the championship game of the 7th District on Thursday night. They must have heard Macy up here coming out of that timeout saying they could play a little bit better, because since then they've added 3 goals.
They can just sense it. It's like we have a telepathy thing going on.
There you go. Ball played down into the far corner. So wait a minute, girls. Macy's sending me some messages. Mackenzie McGregor set to check in along with Kara Morris. Good to see Mackenzie McGregor back out. She had the ankle taped in the pregame. A lot of tape on it. She had a high ankle sprain, but good to see her getting in this district game.
I've had that tape before. It's not fun going on. It's not fun taking off. But it definitely works.
Ball into the corner on the corner kick. Caldwell puts it in place. Smiley puts it out. Taylor Freeman got a foot on it. I think that's about all we can say about it. She got a really good foot on it. And if the net had been about 3 stories high, it would have been a goal. Unfortunately, that one was well over. It'll be a goal kick for Dawson Springs. 3 minutes left in the first half. Open net almost to Mackenzie Greger. If she's healthy, she picks that ball off and makes that goal. Just couldn't pivot off of that injured right ankle, or left ankle, excuse me. Caldwell County still comes out with possession. Nice play in to Freeman on the feed from Crowley. So Freeman gets her second goal of the night. And Macy, we're going to give you a lot of credit tonight. Because they have really turned on since you said they could play better. 6-0 Caldwell County.
So then I need to kind of say it every second.
Either that or save a few of them up for Thursday night when you come up. because we're going to need these come Thursday.
So I'm not going to say it anymore tonight.
Well, if it gets close, don't rule it out. But I think you're probably safe. McKenna Jackson's going to come out. McKinney Groves is going to come in at defense for the Lady Tigers as we get down close to halftime. Big kick by Ginn. Gets it over to Crowley. Crowley's going to work it back up to Freeman. Freeman's playing a little bit more on that far side. I know it's what Dawson is basically giving her on defense, but she's taken a lot of advantage of it. 2 goals for Freeman coming in from that angle. That one's going to go off the Lady Tigers. It'll be a throw-in for Dawson. Or the foul called on the Lady Tigers. Free kick by Dawson as they put the ball in play. Stolen away by McConnell. Up to Ginn. Ginn to Freeman. Freeman with a nice jump. Ball deflected by Dawson, but there's Laney Fletcher to pick that one up. Plays it back to Groves. Groves switches fields over to the center to McConnell. McConnell back to Fletcher. Fletcher has it picked off just below the circle, but met there by Groves. Fletcher hustles back and comes up. Now it's Ginn with the steal. Gets it up to Freeman. Freeman again sandwiched the Dawson player. Ball still loose right at midfield. Ginn will come away with it. Put the ball down looking for Fletcher. Nice step in by number 6 for Dawson Springs. And Caldwell County just a little bit close. Now the spacing getting pretty tight. But Fletcher's going to come out of there with it. She'll take it to the near corner. Nice step over move. Still had possession. Kicked out of bounds by Dawson so that they could reset their defense. Alyssa Traylor, Caitlin Young coming in for Caldwell County.
I bet Todd Griffin hadn't taken but 2 photos because he's been tweeting about scoring.
Fletcher's going to come out of the game along with Crowley. Caldwell County with a late burst here in the first half. The last 7 minutes of the game, or 7 minutes of the first half, they've put in to take the 6-0 goals each so far for Freeman and Blunt. 1 for Smiley and 1 for Fletcher.
Right mid, Ashton, don't fall back.
Ball takes a bounce. Again, had control, looks for Smiley. Dawson now works it up to midfield. Kara Morris on the far side. Nice play by Kara to get possession back over to McConnell. McConnell again. Again to Freeman. And it's McGregor trying to get to it. So by McGregor to even get to that on the injured ankle. Goes out of bounds off of her, though, as Dawson will take the throw. And foot came up on the throw, so the ball will go back and be played in by Caldwell County. McKinney Groves is going to come over to take care of this one. Again, district tournament going on all week here at Butler Stadium. 2 games tonight, 2 games Tuesday, and 2 games, the 2 championship games on Thursday night. Ball to Traylor. Traylor gets hit outside the 18. Again hit, goes to the ground, no call. Ball over to the sideline, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in for the Lady Panthers. Clock is stopped. We are in the injury time right now from that first half. Good physical play by Ginn there as Groves also takes a good lick. Dawson tries to take it up the field, blocked away by Morris. Young. Young does a nice job keeping it in. Return out of bounds off. It'll be a throw in for Dawson. Throw Smiley able to come over and put a foot on it. Takes one right in the ribs or hip. It was a high knee as McKenzie down on the ground. Not what you want to see right at the end of the half. She's going to hop up before that trainer can come out because she's one of those players that's pretty tough, Macy. She does not want to come out of this ball game.
Definitely not. Or even not even just the ball game, the chance of not being able to play if they hopefully advance to Thursday.
So as they say, McKenzie's going to rub some dirt on that one, stay in the ball game, and the ball goes down inside the 18. Dawson will put that out of bounds. And there's the halftime whistle. So a late flurry in the first half by Caldwell County with 4 goals in the last 7 minutes. Pushes a close game out to a 6-0 lead at halftime. We'll be back to recap the scoring, get some analysis from Macy Janina and look ahead to the broadcast schedule. All that comes up at halftime, so stay tuned. You're listening to Lady Tiger Soccer on WPKY. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Princeton Drug Company, 103 West Main in Princeton, proudly features low-cost prescriptions and friendly service. Princeton Drug offers in-town delivery, in-store pickup, or a convenient drive-through window. Princeton Drug has a wide selection of Christian greeting cards for every occasion. Princeton Drug is open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, and on Saturday from 8:30 to 2:30. No deliveries on Saturday. Princeton Drug, 103 West Main Street, Princeton. Phone 365-5585. Whether it's a new addition to your home, a family vacation, bill consolidation, medical bills, starter loans, or auto repair, whatever your need might be, let ABC Finance and their friendly staff help you. ABC Finance can help you through the tough times. Stop by or call ABC Finance today, located on 62 West at Princeton Plaza in Princeton. Phone 365-7444. Call Jody Lamb or one of the friendly staff, and they will do their best to get the money you need.
This is Brad Harrelson, a financial advisor with Encompass Wealth Management. I've been partnered with the Woodall Insurance Agency for the past 13 years. In just the same way the Woodall Agency has worked hard to be your local insurance agent, I want to be the person you think of for your financial advice. So give me a call at 365-5541 or stop by our office in Princeton to discuss your financial future. You'll be glad you did.
Let's talk OnStar. Most GM vehicles, maybe even yours, are now equipped with OnStar. The benefits of OnStar are immeasurable when it comes to saving your life and the lives of your loved ones, helping locate your vehicle in the event that you can't, and navigating you were lost. OnStar offers automatic crash response that sends emergency responders to your location even if you can't speak. Stolen vehicle assistance will locate your vehicle immediately in the unfortunate case in which someone mistakes your vehicle for theirs. Turn-by-turn navigation is available to take you anywhere you want to go with the push of one blue button. And you can always stay connected when you activate OnStar 4G LTE and Wi-Fi hotspot on select vehicles. OnStar keeps you informed on your vehicle diagnostics and can even diagnose a problem if you are driving down the road. Activate OnStar on your eligible 2011 model year or newer vehicle today and get 3 months free plus 3 years free of their basic plan. Stop in Tri-Cities Incorporated today for details or assistance on your OnStar activation. Tri-Cities Incorporated, Highway 91 North in Princeton.
With the weather beginning to get cooler and the feel of fall in the air, Treasures Remembered Florist and Greenhouse offers a great selection of fall mums, a wide variety of fall wreaths, lanterns, birdhouses, and fresher silk flowers in beautiful fall colors to decorate your home. Treasures and fresh and silk flowers. The best way to say you care is with flowers from Treasures Remembered Florist and Greenhouse, 600 West Locust Street in Princeton. Phone 365-2556.
We're back at Butler Stadium. It's 7th District Girls action tonight. First semifinal game of the tournament, Caldwell County taking on Dawson. Caldwell, the number 1 seed, Dawson, number 4. And in the first half, it was a reasonably close game, all the way down to about the 7-minute mark. Caldwell County got on the board early. Zaria Blunt scoring about a minute and a half into the ball game. Then Mackenzie Smiley added a goal with 27 minutes left in the contest. It stayed like that for about 20 minutes, 2-0 Caldwell County, working it around. Kind of a even-keeled play, Macy, if you will. They weren't really aggressive. They were leaving some shots, had a couple of one-on-one opportunities blocked. It wasn't that aggressive play that we saw in the last few games, and you mentioned it, and almost like clockwork, as soon as you mentioned it, about a minute later, Caldwell County started a flurry of 4 goals as Fletcher got it in with about 7 minutes left. A minute later, Freeman, off a deflection of a Dawson player, puts one in, 4-0 Caldwell County. Zaria Blunt then scores unassisted to make it 5-0. And the last score was Taylor Freeman again into the back of the net with an assist from McKenna Crowley. So Caldwell County, in a matter of 7 minutes, went from 2-0 to 6-0 and has this game well in hand, Macy.
I think they just finally kind of realized that they're not going to be able to go through the middle to get the goals. They're not going to be able to dribble it right into the goalie, and that they're going to have to make the same passes that they've been making, but make them from the side, and hopefully that will continue to kick in with them.
Now, when you have a 6-0 lead, I know it's district tournament, and you want to advance on to that championship game. If you're Coach Jacobs, do you look for that 10-0 win, or do you play some substitutes, keep everybody healthy, and let this game go ahead and play out another 40?
I think he's looking for the 10-0 win just because it'll boost their confidence a lot more. And I think going into the game on Thursday, they need a confidence booster because it will be a tougher game than they've had to play in a while just because it's simply districts. But at the same time, I know for sure they're trying to get a few girls their first goal, especially the senior Mackenzie McGregor, and she was hurt last week, so she didn't get the opportunity to do it. So they're really trying to get her first goal, and that's really tough too. Whenever you're really planning it, it's like the hardest thing ever, and then it just happens all of a sudden. But I know that every girl on this team wants it for her and wants to give it to her, so I have a feeling that they're not going to 10-0 until Mackenzie gets a goal, and I hope for her sake she gets one because that's a really good feeling.
Yeah, I would like to see her get, especially her senior season. The only thing that makes it hard is what you've talked about, how Dawson Springs packs that defense into the center of the field. Mackenzie's going to have to probably go one side or the other, at least on the sides of the 6, and maybe extend that out to the 18, somewhere in those neighborhoods. As we said, the broadcast schedule tomorrow night, we'll be back on the air. Harold Riley, Jordan Dunn, and don't know if anybody's lined up. If you're not busy, come on up. We'll put you to work. But Jordan Dunn, Harold Riley will be here tomorrow night. Macy, you free tomorrow night?
No, I have to work.
But those two will be here tomorrow night. Caldwell County's boys will take the field at 7:30. They'll take on Hopkins Central, trying to avenge a 1-0 shootout loss to the Storm earlier this season that caused Caldwell County to drop down to that number 3 seed. So that'll be a good game tomorrow night. Girls game tomorrow night is also going to be a good one, as Madisonville and Hopkins Central will take the field at 5:30 here at Butler Stadium. Both of those championship games Thursday at 5:30 and 7:30 respectively. Hopefully Caldwell County in both of those. If they are, whichever game Caldwell's in, we will have it here on 103.3 The Tiger. We'll finish off the week on Friday night going to Fort Campbell. We'll be on base as the Tigers take on Fort Campbell Falcons, trying to run the table in the district race and go 4-0 and lock down that number 1 seed for the playoffs when they start here in just about a month. A bye week after this week, and then it's Mayfield to wrap up the regular season schedule. We'll be on the air with the Coach Barnes show at 6 o'clock. Bob and I will be on the air with the Farmers Bank and Trust pregame show at 6:30, and kickoff Caldwell County and Fort Campbell at 7 o'clock on Friday night from Fort Campbell.
While you're talking about that, if you don't get there early enough, you will not make it into the game. That happened my senior year, and half the parents for the football team did not make it in because there was about a 2-hour wait to make it through the gate.
Wow.
So just kind of a reminder to get there way early so they can check you in.
Yeah, they don't want to talk to you on the phone either.
All right, well that'll work for us because we're usually there to get set up and kind of spread out and get Jordan all the room he needs for that stream because
about 6 in the morning.
yeah, everybody loves the live stream. That's really becoming a popular addition here at the radio station. I think Jordan gave me the signal. What was it last week? 385 was viewing at a given time last week. So a pretty popular addition here with the local radio station is that live stream. We're going to try to have that on as well for you on Friday night. Caldwell gets it through. It's Bella McConnell, first time through the defensive line in a while for Dawson Springs as we get into this second half. Bella McConnell sends it to the side. Dawson gets it back in. That one's going to go over the end line, and it'll be Dawson's first set play tonight as they'll get a corner kick in front of the concession stand here at Butler Stadium. And Caldwell County is going to mark everybody in the box, nobody back deep for Dawson. They put a low ball over that's kicked out by Matea Butts. She's the first one to it and giving chase all the way up the sideline. Nice hustle by Butts, gets it over to Fletcher. Fletcher now with some room and wanted that through ball up to Zaria. Zaria calling for it but blocked at the last second by Dawson. Now Fletcher steps in, nice position by Laney to get that ball back over towards Mackenzie Smiley. Mackenzie with the bump on the Dawson player, no call, back up to Fletcher. And you really got to like how Laney Fletcher is also not only scoring the ball some, but she's really learned to make that step over move and use that hip check to get possession on these balls on the sideline quite a bit as the season's gone along. She's got better and better as we've progressed.
Hey girls, as soon as we win, like not doing it too much.
And she's not shy about putting a yellow card on the frosting layer of it at times either. But you like to see that aggressive play, and if it's not an intentionally dirty play, she's fine with doing that. Nothing has been dirty about anything she has done this year. We just like to find those players that get a lot of yellow cards and pick on them in the broadcast booth from time to time, but we love the play of Lainey Fletcher. Dawson again with possession. Carnahan steals it away, gets it to the sideline to Crowley. Crowley with some room up the sideline, still has some room, gets by one player. Crowley gets it by on the sideline, kicked out of bounds, and it's going to be off of McKenna and across the sideline, throw in for Dawson. Throw comes in, almost headed by Crowley, just over her head, but there's Sarah Grace Carnahan to put it back down the field. Like a pinball machine, right back to Carnahan, gets it over to Janina. Janina with the lob looking for Zaria. Header by Smiley to try to get it through that line. And finally Dawson clears it back up near midfield. McKenna Jackson back into the ball game, gets it down to Crowley. Crowley with the feed over to the corner. Giving chase is Zaria. Zaria drops it back to Fletcher. Fletcher with a good step over move. Puts a shot on goal, but right at the keeper's hands. She had quite a bit of leg on that one, Macy, because it was just outside of maybe 20 yards. Punt comes out to Jackson. Jackson settles it, gets it up to midfield. Over to Freeman. Freeman back to Fletcher. Fletcher down into the corner looking to cross. Has Zaria in front of the goal. Just off the keeper's hand. She got a good touch on it, but the keeper's going to come out and cover that one just outside of the 6, and she'll get her punt. Not much on that one. Goes kind of off the toe. Gets it up to Freeman. Freeman heads it. She wanted Crowley, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in near midfield for the Lady Panthers. About 5 minutes gone in the second half. Caldwell County leads 6-0. All 6 goals in the first half. McKenna Crowley set to try to jump in on the steal on this throw. Throw on the bounce comes into Dawson. That one's going right back out of bounds. It'll be a throw for the Lady Tigers. Sarah Grace Carnahan will take care of this one. Gets it into Freeman. Nice settle by Freeman. Off the throw, gets it over to Fletcher. Fletcher has some open field at midfield. Through ball, and nobody really charging. That's been, it's hard to find anything negative about a 6-0 game, Macy, but I would say the aggressive play up front of not charging and getting some of these 50-50 balls has to be it. Lainey Fletcher wound up, didn't get all of that one, gets it over to Zaria. Zaria takes it and doesn't get squared, goes out to the right across the end, and it'll be a goal kick for Dawson. Yeah, you want to see that goal crashing on some of these shots, Macy, and it's not been entirely not there tonight, but there's been some occasions Caldwell County had a chance to do something and just didn't have it there to put the ball back in. Blunt now with the play down inside the 18. She's going to bring it back out for the drop to Fletcher. Fletcher with a nice settle is going to give it back to Freeman. Freeman over to Fletcher. Fletcher takes it in. Shot is blocked at point blank range. Dawson gets it out across the sideline. Pretty good defensive stand by the Lady Panthers on that one to keep Caldwell County out of the net. They had numbers, but not able to work it inside the 6 for a good shot. Throw in comes to Freeman.
Step to that.
Freeman gets it over to Smiley off the deflection. Through ball goes up towards Blunt. Blocked away towards Crowley, but it's going to go off of Dawson Springs over to the sideline. Stays inbounds for a second, out of bounds off of Dawson, and it's throw in for the Lady Tigers. Sarah Grace Carnahan with the throw in front of the Dawson Springs bench, gets it to Freeman. Ball loose. Carnahan with a big lob, looking to get up through that defensive line. Zaria Blunt giving chase, gets possession, comes in from the left side,
blocked away at the last second by that keeper. She was able to get a couple of hands on it, Mason, just knock it away. Didn't even try to catch it. Ball played back out. Meriden Janina in a battle between two players. Goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in right under the broadcast booth for Sarah Grace Carnahan. Gets it into Freeman. Freeman heads it over to the middle. Wanted Janina, stolen away by Dawson. Butts with a nice patient move to keep it in play for the Lady Tigers. Back to Freeman. Over to Fletcher. The lob to Smiley. Nice header to feed the ball down ahead of McKenna Crowley and Zaria Blunt. Dawson's defense knocks that one out of bounds. It'll be a throw now deep for Sarah Grace Carnahan. 32 minutes left in the ball game. Ball goes all the way through. Pooch kicked back out. And Dawson has possession, but they are going to knock it out of the sideline. It'll be a throw in again for Carnahan.
Possess it a little. Build an attack going forward.
Passing kind of taking a little time off the last couple of minutes, Macy, as everybody's kind of looking for that long shot or that long pass. Ball back to midfield. Taylor Freeman now has it. Look for Zaria Blunt. There's Lainey Fletcher again. I don't know where she came from to get possession of that one. I thought she was completely out of the play as it was coming back this way. Back down to Fletcher. Fletcher battling two purple jerseys right now and comes out with it. But Fletcher has it stolen away, and now Dawson will come the other way with it near midfield. This is the Caldwell County defense will back up and settle this one. Matea Butts on the far side.
Girls, we've got to stop running into pressure.
And it's going to be a handball call.
Switch it, play it wide, move forward.
Free kick's going to come from Sarah Grace Carnahan. Ball played down, blocked off the defensive line by Dawson. Deflection, though, goes back to Mackenzie Smiley, puts a shot on goal off the shoulder of a Dawson player, and it'll be across the end line for a corner kick. And this is the end of the other night, Macy, that Caldwell had so much success against Ballard on these set plays. 3 goals in that second half off set plays. How many set plays would you carry into a game? How many does a team really work on and be able to use?
I've seen about 6 before.
Played into Carnahan. Goes off a couple of players still loose in front of the goal and covered by the keeper for Dawson. Takes a little cleat to the side of the face, but it wasn't hard, so she was able to bounce back up from that one. So 6 set plays off the corners is what you would really work on?
I mean, yeah, not like all of them extremely difficult or anything, but just kind of maybe a variation of like 3 total and then a variation of each. So that way they won't catch on every time to the same person doing the same thing. Especially with this team, you've got people who can do multiple parts of a set play.
Caldwell County had it on the defensive end for just a second. Meriden Janina able to bring it out to Lainey Fletcher. Fletcher had it far side to Freeman. Freeman brings it over to Smiley. Smiley goes back down to Fletcher. Fletcher's got a nice crossover move. She's worked that several times tonight. Gets it into the corner, pulls it back, looking for Blunt. Blunt at the 18 and didn't get much on that one, but kicked over the end line by Dawson Springs. And it'll be another corner kick for the Lady Tigers. This one will take place right under the scoreboard here at Butler Stadium as Goffinette and Trailer check into the ball game. Coming out will be Fletcher and Crowley. I'm sure that's Mackenzie Smiley in the corner to set this one into play. She takes care of most of the corners for this team. Nice ball right across the middle of the net. Shot over and out of bounds on the far sideline. I think that was Freeman that got the shot. So Dawson will come up and put the goal kick on. 28 minutes left in the ball game. We're going to take a 1-minute break and be back. You're listening to Lady Tiger Soccer on 103.3 The Tiger.
When you need extra time to heal, Caldwell Medical Center's swing bed program can help you. If you've been discharged from a hospital, but still need recovery time before going home? Who's right for swing bed? Patients with recent joint repairs or replacement, recovering from a wound or major surgery, patients who need acute physical or occupational therapy, patients who need post-hospitalization pain management or IV therapy, or patients recovering from a stroke. For more information, contact Caldwell Medical Center at 270-365-0300. Caldwell Medical Center, located at 100 Medical Center Drive.
Mobile Deposit is here. This is Mona Van Hooser with First Southern National Bank, and our new mobile app is loaded with extra features, including mobile deposit. Now you can use your smartphone's camera to deposit checks on the go. Just endorse, point, click, and send. Download our new mobile app and try it today. First Southern National Bank. Member FDIC.
Back to Butler Stadium, and during the break, Zaria Blunt completed the hat trick tonight. Blunt scoring from the right-hand side on a powerful kick that found the net. Macy's 7-0 Caldwell County, and you kind of look for substitutes to start to come into this game to play it out the rest of the way. As, let's see, coming in, who did we have? McKinney Groves coming in along with Swatzel. So, Caldwell County now up 7-0. Breakaway by Dawson. They come out. Shot on goal is up and in. And just a ball that got through the defense. I think some guys were asleep on that backside, Macy. That one fed on through. So Dawson quickly answers. So the shutout is gone for the Lady Tigers. And Macy, that was just a through ball that nobody really was able to come up on. Drew Hadley tried to come out and make a stop on it, but by then Drew was having to come out almost to the top of the 18 for that one. A lot of space for Dawson. They were able to put that one in. So Dawson pulls back to 7-1 now. Both teams with a goal here in the second half.
Kind of what I was talking about earlier. Dawson's not going to give it up easily. They're going to keep fighting until that last whistle blows, and just exactly what happened. They just weren't ready for them to do it, and they did it.
Yeah, I think Caldwell was feeling pretty good about themselves after the goal by Blunt, and they forgot to play defense on the possession by Dawson to restart the game. One good through ball, and Dawson was able to come in through three defenders, pulled Drew Thomas out of the box and able to put the shot in the net. And we've said it going into the last couple of weeks of the season as Caldwell works it in, shot by a trailer, gets it over to Blunt, and Blunt answers for Caldwell County. So Blunt with 4 goals on the night now. And the lead back to 7 now, 8-1. But we've talked about it many times, especially the last couple of seasons. As you get close to tournament time, you're going to be facing teams Thursday night, and in that regional tournament, you can't have a 4 or 5 bad minute span. You can't have a 30-second span like what Caldwell just did when Dawson restarted the game and get caught by a goal, because in those games, 1 goal is going to go a long way some nights.
Definitely. I mean, I've been in plenty of regional and district games where it was 1-0 most of the game. And if we got another one or they got another one, you're at such a tie break. You don't want that PK shootout. You want to play just a regular game and win or lose at that. You don't want PKs.
And that's basically why the boys are in a position where they're the number 3 seed this year. They lost that shootout game, like you said. It was a tough game all the way. Not that they did anything wrong in it. Both teams played a really tough, tight game that night, very physical game. The defenses stepped up for both sides, and it came down to those penalty kicks, and that's what you don't want, because you know anything can happen when you put 5 different players doing 5 kicks. Nothing is for sure then. Caldwell with possession. That's Janina. She gets it over to Swansel. Swansel with a nice kick. She was looking for Traylor on the lead. It goes out of bounds off Dawson, and it'll be a throw-in for the Lady Tigers as Young will check back into the game. And Mackenzie Smiley's going to come out. 8-1. Caldwell County, I kept wanting to say 8-0 there. 8-1. Caldwell County with the lead. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Lady Panthers. Nice step in and blocked by Freeman. Freeman works this side. Young with a nice call, had to hand up. She does get the ball. Good pass by Freeman. Gets it all the way over to Young. Young now going to the corner of the 18. Wanted to put the cross on, blocked by Dawson. Young stays after it. And this one's going to go across the end line. And it'll be a goal kick for Dawson. I thought for a second they were going to call that off of Dawson's player. And they're going to the corner kick. I thought that's what happened. It went off of Dawson as Young did a good job trying to cross it, kicked it off the Lady Panther defender. Now going to the corner. Sarah Grace Carnahan will put this one in play as Mackenzie Smiley out of the ball game right now. Carnahan puts it across the front of the net, still loose. Being settled by Goffinette. Nice header back in by Young. Ball still loose. And Carnahan's going to take this one up, and on Friday night that would have been 3, but tonight it's 0 as the ball goes over the top of the net. Matea Butts and Bella McConnell set to check back in. McKenna Jackson and Carnahan come out of the ball game. Nothing. Sarah Grace wants that shot all over again. She came out. I can't believe I missed that shot. Good steal by Taylor Freeman. Puts the ball in. She has Goffinette. She was on sides. I thought they were going to call her off for a second. Goffinette takes it, crosses it down to the middle, but a great cover by the keeper for Dawson. Because Zaria Blunt was there. Actually, the one time tonight Caldwell's done a good job crashing the goal. The keeper made an exceptional play for Dawson Springs, able to cover it right in front of the net. Caldwell gets it back to Goffinette. Goffinette wanted it down to Blunt, kicked away. Lucy able to get it back, looks for Traylor. Traylor with the give and go back to Goffinette, far sideline. McGregor and Ginn set to check into the ball game at the next dead ball for Caldwell County. Taylor Freeman in a battle just about 30 yards out. Drop is over to Goffinette, back to Freeman. Freeman feeds it down to Traylor. Traylor with a nice one-on-one move, gets it in front of the goal, but stolen away. Now Flint. Caldwell County comes up, and that was a quick flurry there over to Caitlin Young, who puts the ball in the net. Freeman tried to settle it for a shot. The deflection went over to Young, and Young had a wide open goal. So Caitlin Young, with her first goal tonight, makes it 9-1 Caldwell County. And a good goal. She's our first of the year for the senior Caitlin Young, so congratulations to her. First goal of the year in district tournament play. That's pretty good for a senior. So as basically when you played, if the score started getting up to where it looked like you were going to get that mercy rule, did you really play that much harder? I mean, I could see the lull in action if you're maybe 6 goals ahead, but when you start knocking on the door up 8 goals, you're starting to see the blood in the water, right?
Right. I mean, once you get on that streak like they were on right before the first half ended, that's kind of the streak you want right whenever you're about to mercy. It's just kind of a lot easier if you can just keep on going instead of your momentum stop.
Becca Seibert's going to check into the game, and Taylor Freeman will get a well-deserved rest. Taylor, one of the steadiest players that I can remember, and I've watched this Lady Tiger program play for a lot of years now, and she's right up at the top with some of the most steady players that this program has ever put on the field. Ball over to Seibert. Seibert gets it to McGregor. McGregor with the open field coming up. Bounces off. The ball still loose. Goalie out of the box over to Young. Young winds up, puts a shot on goal, and put another shot by Seibert, blocked again. Wow, what a flurry at point-blank range. Caldwell unable to put the ball in. Great play by the keeper for Dawson Springs. And Macy, you just got to give credit where credit's due sometimes, but that was some great play by the goaltender for Dawson Springs. Yeah, Jordan has noticed the Wonder Woman decal on the goalie jersey, and Wonder Woman she was, because she was facing shots from about 3 feet 3 straight times. Alyssa Trailer goes down, stolen away by Dawson. Bella McConnell has it, up to Ginn. Ginn with the ball across a couple of Dawson players. Maggie steps across, still has possession, pokes it through to McGregor. McGregor has it again, going towards the net. Kicked out and across the end line by Dawson Springs. It'll be a corner kick for the Lady Tigers. And it looks like Lucy Goffinet to take the honors.
Hey, McKenzie, right on the keeper.
Just under 17 minutes left in the ballgame. Caldwell County leads it 9-1. Lady Tigers looking to advance to Thursday night's championship game against either Hopkins Central or Madisonville North. Goffinet has the ball set, put in play across the net. Ball loose. Good job by Caitlin Young to keep it live. Over it again. Ginn puts a shot on, a little too much hook spin on it, out of bounds across the end line to the left. It'll be goal kick for Dawson. Macy, as we said, this team has really come a long way. First team in 5 years in the Lady Tiger program with a winning record.
Especially to play the bigger teams that they've played. It's not like they've played schools that we normally beat and normally play every season.
Yeah, they've especially that trio of games right at the second, third, fourth game of the season. You don't get much harder than that in this end of the state. Good job by Traylor, works it through a couple of people, now stolen away. They get it back out to Goffinet, though, on the deflection. Goffinet will play it to Groves. Groves looking to get it back to Traylor. And Dawson clears it with the long ball over the head of McConnell. Matea Butts will come back. And I thought she was going to play it down to Drew Thomas. Instead, comes out to Groves. Groves has it on the sideline. Nice feed to Seibert. Good job by Seibert to look up the field. She got possession, but put a little too much on the pass, out of bounds across the sideline. Kara Morris will check into the ball game, and Traylor will come out. "15 minutes left in this contest. Caldwell wanting to play for that district championship on the home field on Thursday night. Well on the way to that one. Matea Butts will put this one out of bounds. Throw in coming up for Dawson. And they're going to move her back a little bit. I'll tell you, while Dawson has the throw in, we'll take a quick break and be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lady Tiger Soccer here on WPKY.
Have you been a victim of debit or credit card fraud? Farmers Bank and Trust can help lessen your risk of getting taken advantage of. As our customer, you have exclusive access to a security feature in our app that will allow you to turn your debit card off while you're not using it, then turn it on instantly when you need to use it. Keep your information safe. Log into our free app to use this feature, increasing the security of your information right now. Not a Farmers Bank customer? Come down. Let us set up your account and start protecting you from potential fraud opportunities. This is not a guarantee that your information will not be compromised. This is an increased security measure. Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
La Potosina on the Marion Road in Princeton is the best place to experience delicious, authentic Mexican cuisine with an extensive menu that has something for everyone. Choose from local favorites like fajitas, chimichangas, burritos, and Maria's favorite with rice, grilled onions and peppers, chicken, shrimp, steak, or a combination topped with La Potosina's mouthwatering cheese sauce. That's La Potosina on the Marion Road in Princeton, phone 365-3848.
Back to Butler Stadium, no score while we were gone. 13 minutes left in the second half. Caldwell County leads this one 9-1, and all but wrapped up their district championship matchup against either Madisonville or Hopkins Central. That'll be at 5:30 on Thursday night. Dawson able to get one through, but that'll be scooped up probably just the second or third time tonight that Drew Thomas has had to come out to make a play. Ball is going to come our way. I think she caught that one off the side of her foot a hair. Good play by Young to reach up and get that one over to Seibert at midfield. Again to Young. Seibert battling in between about 3 Dawson players. Looked like a low-budget karate movie for just a second as they were chopping at the ball. But it's going to be a foul called on Dawson, and they'll come up with the free kick just inside the midfield stripe. Matea Butts puts that one in. Goes in play, looking for McGregor. McGregor and Young chase it down into the corner. McGregor catches it, wants to keep it in, goes across, and behind the net. It'll be a goal kick for Dawson. Let's take a look back up at that schedule, Macy. I know Caldwell beat Madisonville 2-0. Let's check out what they did against Hopkins Central. That was a 6-0 win just a week or so after the big Madisonville win. The Hopkins Central win here at home. So I'm thinking just by those two scores, Caldwell, if they had a preference, they would like to see the Lady Storm here on Thursday night. But either way, they're going to have to use a lot of this scoring and aggressive play that's come on since that last 7 minutes of the first half on Thursday night. Ball goes across the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for Dawson Springs. Ball kicked around midfield. Mag again with it. Gets it up to Goffinette. And one of the last plays, Macy, I don't think we've really seen her enough to that it's really stood out. But Maria Swatzel is fast. I didn't realize how fast she was until she turned to make the run on the corner ball just a few moments ago by Dawson Springs. She can cover some ground in pretty good time.
Hit her in. Go.
And Mackenzie McGregor had the breakaway, but offsides is going to be called. Like you said, really doing a lot, Macy, to try to get that ball to Mackenzie here on the senior's first game back in action in some time because of that ankle sprain. And offsides enough that you really couldn't argue that one.
No, not at all.
So you caught on to that back in the first half that they would probably try to not mercy until they got the ball to Mackenzie. Mackenzie, the forward up front right now for the Lady Tigers.
I've been there a few times with a few different players, and you really want that for them, especially with players that maybe didn't come in until their junior year or even their senior year. You still want them to get that goal.
And here comes McGregor with the run. Puts a shot on goal and in. And Macy, they did it right on cue. Mackenzie McGregor with the big goal to make it 10-1 Caldwell County. Who put the through ball on that one? Was that Seibert?
I think it was Seibert.
Came at the 9-minute mark left, 10-1. Now Caldwell County.
You and Mackenzie McGregor swap position.
Is Seibert on the field? Maybe I picked up the wrong number.
Hey, Mackenzie. Nice job. You're in the back four.
Oh, it was Seibert. Seibert with the assist. She is on the field.
All right.
So, Macy, you're going to have to look into coaching. I know you do a great job on radio.
Maybe you should be a psychic.
But you have been spot on tonight with this call on what the Lady Tigers are going to do. You had them needing to play a little bit harder in that first half. As soon as you said that, they racked 4 goals up on the board. You said they weren't going to mercy this one until Mackenzie McGregor picked up a goal and checked that one off the bucket list. So
now he moved McKinney Groves up to the top to hopefully get her one too.
Dawson gets the ball down to the 18, picked up by Drew Thomas. 10-1 Caldwell County. Dawson was able to sneak in a goal right after Zaria Blunt's goal at the 27-minute mark of the second half. Well, this game would be over. Bella McConnell with the through ball looking for Groves. Groves has a run now blocked by a Dawson player. Gets it over to Morris. Morris with the ball, punch through, looking for Seibert and Groves. Ball was going to roll across the 18, down into the corner, kicked out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in for the Lady Tigers as we're under 8 minutes now left in this ball game. Lucy Goffinette will go over to take this throw, and she's going to be called off, I think, by Caitlin Young. Ball put in play. They are looking for McKinney Groves. And you get in a game like this, it's really not a big secret from the bench what you're trying to do.
Right.
Maybe you can hear the teammates down there who they want to score this goal. And that had to be Jackson.
Yes, it was.
McKenna, one of the vocal leaders from the defensive line when she's on the field and from that dugout when she's not. Ball's going to go in. McKinney Groves had it just a second, kicked over to the far sideline, giving chase over there. Kara Morris with a nice run to keep that ball in play for the Lady Tigers. She gets it over to Goffinette. Goffinette has it stolen away. Now Dawson will move up towards midfield, but there is, was that Swatzel to put that one back down the field?
I think that's Swatzel over there. I can't see the numbers.
Maria will put it back to Seibert. Seibert's going to try to poke it through a trio of Dawson players. No good, but McGregor there. Now she'll get it over to Caitlin Young. Caitlin has a nice spin move, gets it down the near sideline. In between a couple of players, back to the middle. Seibert with it. Shot is up and just over the net on the far bar. Pretty good touch shot by Seibert there, Macy. For a young player, she's starting to sniff that goal a little bit the last couple of games. Dawson will substitute. Just under 6 now to go in the game. 10-1 Caldwell County. The Lady Tigers get the next goal in this game. It is the mercy rule. And that's two of Jordan's favorite things, mercy rules and running clocks. He likes both of those. So hopefully we'll have the mercy tonight, and a running clock wouldn't be a bad idea on Friday coming home from Fort Campbell.
I'd be glad to get in for
Ball bounces around. Seibert there gets it into Young. Young coming down against a couple of players. Everybody lost the ball for just a second. They get it to Groves. Groves has it on the left side. Shot on goal, blocked. Nice left-footed shot by McKinney Groves. She worked hard for that shot, and it wasn't a bad shot. Kick comes back out to midfield. There's Goffinette to settle it at midfield for Caldwell County. This one's going to roll over near our broadcast position, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Lady Tigers, for Dawson Springs, rather. Good step in by Ginn, puts it down to Young. Ginn, another one of those players at midfield, Macy, that's not shy of some contact. This one's going to go out. Caldwell County throw in by old 2-2 in her senior year. McKenna Jackson. McKenna will do a little officiating and playing here tonight as she tried to call her own substitution. Girls really having a good time here, and I guess that's what you can do when you're up 10-1 with about 4 minutes left in the game. And a big ovation on the bench, Macy. How much fun are they having down there right now?
A lot.
Throw in, get through to Seibert. Seibert had a lane that closed up really quick. There's Jackson for Caldwell County to keep it possession to Caldwell. Young in a battle on this side. That one's going to go, stayed on the line, stayed in bounds. Goes over to Ginn. Ginn's going to switch fields over to Morris on the far side. Morris gets the drop to Goffinette. Now she's going to turn to take it back up the middle to Seibert. Back to Goffinette, who hits the ground, no call. Ball bounces over to Groves. Groves is going to have to go between 2 or 3 players. I know there had to be at least one handball in that action, Mason. I think they're going to call it on McKinney, but it wasn't the only one. It looked like they were thinking about moving this sport up to late November and playing some basketball dribbling down through there. So the free kick is going to come just outside the 18 for Dawson. They put the ball in play. Seibert with the settle. Stolen away by Dawson. Good charge there by Ginn to come up. This one's going to go out of bounds. And it'll be Dawson. He's going to change his call and give it to Caldwell County. Initially the call over to the purple. That one out of bounds. And it'll again be Lady Tiger throw. Getting close to 2 minutes left in the ball game. Caldwell up 10-1. They'll move on to action Thursday night. We'll have the action right here on 103.3 The Tiger. Championship game of the girls' 7th district. It'll be Caldwell County against the winner of Hopkins Central and Madisonville. That game coming up tomorrow night at 5:30 here at Butler Stadium. Macy, you're doing a great job tonight. You're hitting the clock. You're doing public address announcing. You're announcing on the radio. They'll probably let you sell popcorn in the boys' game if you'd like to and just round your night out.
Get one of the little bags and walk through the stands.
Caldwell lets the ball roll to the far corner. Butts will bring that one out. Kicked out of bounds by Dawson. They'll move it up about 10 yards and take the throw in. Big win for the Tigers tonight. That flurry late in the first half kind of sealed this one away. The icing on the cake here in the second half as Mackenzie McGregor gets a goal, her first goal on her senior year in a district tournament. Young gets it down to Groves. Groves making a charge. Goalie's going to come out and pick that one up about a step ahead of McKinney Groves. And you may be able to pick up some of the enthusiasm from the Lady Tiger bench trying to say, get it to McKinney. And I'll tell you what, I would really like it too because McKinney wears number 13, and I loved seeing a number 13 score for back then 5 years. That group with Cortland and Lely, the last 8th graders that got to play varsity ball. So a throwback 13 putting one in the net would be fine with me tonight as we get down under 2 minutes. Good job by Swatzel defensively. So this will guarantee Caldwell County the championship game coming up on Thursday night. Also a berth in that regional tournament next week at Henderson. We'll see what that draw is this weekend. And Macy, we'll talk more about it on Thursday night, but it'll be a big difference to go in as a district champion as opposed to a district runner-up. There's the final whistle. Caldwell County advances to the 7th District Championship on Thursday with a 10-1 win over Dawson Springs. We'll be back to wrap the scoring up, get the analysis from Macy Janina, and talk to Coach Jacobs. All that coming up in the postgame, so stay tuned for that. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lady Tiger Soccer on WPKY.
Howdy, I'm Colonel Sanders here to tell you that KFC's Nashville hot chicken tenders are back. They're spicy, smoky, crispy, with the perfect amount of heat. Kind of like the expression on my face right now. You can't see it, so you'll just have to take my word for it. Or better yet, go to KFC and get some Nashville hot tenders, and then try making that perfect spicy, smoky expression yourself. Get KFC's Nashville hot basket. It's finger-licking good.
Limited time offer. Participating KFC. Prices may vary. Tax extra.
Fall is here and the harvest season begins again. While farmers are busy gathering their crops, hoping to sell them when the market is high, Fredonia Valley Bank is busy working hard to help the farmer with their agricultural needs. Fredonia Valley Bank understands the capital it takes to grow and maintain a profitable farming business in today's world. Our loan officers are available every day to listen and help you grow your business. Fredonia Valley Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. 602 Cassidy Avenue, Fredonia, and 226 Commerce Street in Eddyville.
We'll go back up here at Butler Stadium, as Caldwell County Lady Tigers came out, took care of business tonight, 10-1 winners over Dawson Springs.
we'll take a look at the whole game scoring. Zaria Blunt got it underway with about a minute and a half gone in the ball game, made Caldwell County out 1-0. Smiley followed with a goal about 11 minutes later. Then Macy, for about 23 minutes, it was 2-0 Caldwell County. You could tell they were working on some passing. They were working on some things maybe for Thursday night, but that score is still 2-0. And you said, we were talking a little bit, you said they could play better. They're not playing bad, but they could really play better. About a minute after that, Laney Fletcher put one in the net to make it 3-0 Caldwell County. Then the route was on. Taylor Freeman off a deflection on Dawson's player made it 4-0. Zaria Blunt with her second goal, 5-0. And Freeman with her second goal on the assist by Crowley made it 6-0 Caldwell. Blunt finished off the hat trick with about 13 minutes gone in the second half, 7-0 Caldwell County. Then Dawson, as they were starting the replay back up after the Blunt goal, fed one through the defensive line, drew Thomas out, and Dawson got their only goal of the night on a fairly easy play that looked like Caldwell County just was asleep or caught up in the excitement of going out 7-0. So it was 7-1 Caldwell. Zaria with her fourth goal shortly after at 8-1 Caldwell County. Caitlin Young put a nice shot in from the right side to make it 9-1. And then Mackenzie McGregor on the Cybert assist got her first goal. And the senior had a big night tonight getting that goal, make it 10-1 Caldwell County. They advance and play Thursday night against the Madisonville and Hopkins Central winners. So Macy, about like it was scripted according to Coach Jacobs tonight, but your take on what Caldwell County did, especially late in that first half on.
I think they just finally kind of realized, hey, we're not playing the way we should be. Hey, we're not playing the way that we play whenever we're playing better teams than this, so let's play that way. And it's easy to be sucked into a team that's not as good as you are and to play that way they are, but it's really hard to play the way that you normally do. And definitely after I said that, they started playing the way that they normally do.
And Macy, one last question before Coach Jacobs comes up. How do you go from having so much fun tonight and joking around and hoping players score to getting that mindset for a championship game on Thursday?
I mean, you still want to have fun, of course, but it's kind of more like a serious fun than it is, hey, we've already made it, like it doesn't matter now. So hopefully they will step into that game, and I know they're going to because they want it really bad. They want this district title. Coach Jacobs wants this district title, and I think they're going to come into it a lot more confident tonight because of the game that they had tonight.
All right, well, I'll let you switch out headphones. We're joined up in the booth by Coach Eric Jacobs. And Coach Jacobs, congratulations on a big win tonight.
Thank you, thank you.
It's that another step on that path to that district championship you wanted in your first season here. You got the regular season. The tournament is yours for the taking here on your home field. So tonight, a good, fun game that played out probably like you had in mind.
Yeah, it was it was one. I don't know at certain times during the half. I don't know if fun would be my word for it.
In the first half, yeah, it would.
Yeah, but we did what we needed to do. We were fortunate we got on them early. We came out a little sluggish, and that may be from we took the entire weekend off, took Friday off, the entire weekend off, because I felt like recovery and rest were more important. I wanted everyone to come in 100% fresh. So we started a little sluggish, but we got back to where we needed to be. We played the ball well. We moved it around. We got 10 goals, which is what you want. Had a little slip up there in the back, but talked to our mids, talked to our center backs, got that resolved. That was a little bit of a lack of focus. And that's one of in these type games, that can happen. But as I told them, it's something you got to be sharp about. No matter if the score is 9-0 or 0-0, you've got to be on your game 100%, always thinking what if. But, yeah, we did what we needed to do. We put the goal in the net quite often, and that's a good little confidence boost going into Thursday.
I got to keep that in mind. Lack of focus sounds a whole lot better than we said fell asleep.
Yeah.
Defensively, let that goal get us.
It's either or.
But the girls did a good job tonight. The offense was there for you from Zaria scoring a minute and a half into the ball game. She ended up with 4 goals on the night. You also had senior Mackenzie McGregor come off an injury, add a goal late that I know the team was thrilled as she was too.
Yeah, that was excellent. We've been working all season to try and get her in that forward position, and she's been working hard. Every minute she's played, she's busted her tail to try and make something happen, and tonight it finally broke. And so, yeah, could not ask for a better time. And if you're going to score your first, what a better time than the first round of the district tournament.
Right.
That's fantastic. So yeah, we're all super pumped for her, and really, really exciting. I know she was excited to get that monkey off her back.
Well, that's one thing that the whole team, you could hear cheering. I know that some of the background cheering probably got on the radio. We're so close to the dugout, but the team acts like one team this year with you. It's a compliment to you and what they've bought into, especially after a tough start. But they're all seemingly on the same page and looking to cheer each other on and pick each other up, and that's something good to see coming into a district tournament.
Yeah, that was something there at the end. I was kind of debating who to work on, who to keep off, who to rest, that kind of thing. And it went through my mind to put a couple back on. It's like, no, I'm going to let them work. And a couple of them, matter of fact, down there said, well, I want to go in, but at the same time, I don't. They're like, I want to see them do something. I want to see her get a goal. I want to see them keep working. And so you can't ask for something better than that. We're just a selfless team, and I think they all have that mindset of a district tournament championship on their mind. They want that district title, and if that means that one player scores all the goals or 10 players score one goal apiece, to them it doesn't matter. It just they want to win any way it can come.
I think it showed, especially tonight. Of course, you win 10-1. The offense takes center stage, but defensively, Macy and I thought McKenna Jackson played great tonight. She picked up at least double-digit possessions for you from that defensive line spot.
Oh yeah, she's been playing excellent. She is one that will go 110% no matter what. She's one that when she's on the field, I know she's going to fight for every ball. She's going to be physical. She's going to be tough, and that's what we need going into Thursday. That's something that we'll rely on her as well as the other three that are back there with her to do the same to make something happen.
And she's not only vocal on the field. We heard her a couple of times from the dugout while she was on the bench, letting the players know what to do. So,
always. Yes.
A great job by her, I thought, tonight. Well, Coach, looking ahead a little bit, it's fun tonight, 10-1. You're in the championship. Macy was just talking before you came up about how you make that transition from playing really loose tonight and having all this fun to becoming focused on Thursday night at 5:30.
Yeah, we actually, as soon as the game was over, matter of fact, I stopped him there at the line to talk to him, and I let him know. I said, all right, you've done what you needed to do. Now the work begins. Now you've got to flip your mindset. I said, nothing, this is your tournament. It's at your home. This is yours to win. But in order to do that, you've got to work. And I'm really trying to instill it. I said, this is the goal we set. You've done everything you needed to do to put yourself in a position to do it. Now all that's left is to execute. And matter of fact, a little something I've done to help motivate them, sitting down on the bench were our 2 district runner-up trophies.
Heard about
that are sitting right there on the bench. And I told them when they came back, I said, look, if you want motivation, you've done what you needed to do. You're back in the championship. You've got a winning season. Those are all good, but that's not the goals we set. Those are good extras, but we still have a goal to finish. We still have a job to do. And if you want motivation, look at those 2 runners-up, because this is not you anymore. You're not a runner-up, you're a champion. And you're going to play that way. We've got 2 days to get prepared to be that way, and keep that in the back of your head. This is a new team. This is a new system. This is a new year. This is your year. And that's our mindset going into this next game.
Well, I think they're well on the way in that direction tonight. Great performance tonight. We want to congratulate you again, and we'll be back here on Friday night. So, Coach, I appreciate you coming up. And
thank you. I appreciate that.
We will hopefully talk to you again after another victory on Thursday.
Hopefully so. We'll work hard for it. Thank you.
That's Coach Eric Jacobs here at Butler Stadium after his Lady Tigers put it on Dawson tonight, 10-1. And Macy, it's good to hear that the team does have a goal coming into Thursday night. That's been a goal all season long. When they were playing the Henderson, McCracken, UHA streak, it's hard to think about a district championship. But this team has gelled. They've come together, like Coach Jacobs said. It doesn't matter if Zaria had 10 goals or if 10 players had 1 goal. And that's what you like to see in a team, especially early in October.
Right. I mean, they know that the goals aren't everything, that it doesn't matter how many you personally have, that goals are as a team, and you win as a team, so it doesn't really matter. And they want to win really bad every single game that they play, and they work together really well as a team.
Well, they are playing some of their best soccer right now, so I'm sure they'll come out tomorrow night to check out that action between Madisonville and Hopkins Central and see who they're going to play on Thursday night. So on that, we will be back on Thursday night, at least for one game, hopefully two, as the Caldwell County boys will be on the field tomorrow night at 7:30 to take on Hopkins Central. The winner of that one will advance to Thursday night's boys championship game at 7:30. So hopefully it'll be a Caldwell County doubleheader here on WPKY on Thursday. But at least we punched one ticket so far tonight. The girls will play on Thursday in the championship game, so hope you'll join us then. Again, the final here tonight from Butler Stadium. It was Caldwell County 10, Dawson Springs 1. So for Macy Janina and Jordan Dunn, I'm Dennis Stevens. We'll see you back again tomorrow night at 7:30 for the boys in action here in the district tournament. Good night, everybody.